Hello and welcome back to the channel once again. My name is Andy and today we have full race coverage, delayed coverage of round 1 of NXTGen Racing League's V8 Supercar series from Laguna Seca. This was run on Tuesday evening and is run each week on a Tuesday. And what you're going to see is my attempts, not at the race itself, but at doing full race commentary and director mode. Something a little bit different. I thought I'd try something a little bit crazy, so to speak. I wanted to try something a little bit different. So you're going to see the full race of how I've recorded the replay and how I've done the director mode. It's 25 lap race. There's details about it in there, and if you do want to look at NXTGen for racing leagues, I will put descriptions below. Obviously, if you do enjoy what you're watching here, you do enjoy any of the other videos that you see from myself, do hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well if you like what you're watching here, and do leave a comment below of what you thought of the race. And there's some fantastic racing in this. The top 4 predominantly for this race, it's just incredible. I don't think there was a point the top 3-4 were about 3 seconds apart for most of the race, certainly the top 3, but it was just stunning how competitive, how quick it was, but obviously how fair it was as well, which is exactly what you want to see from league racing. The whole point of doing a league race as well is to have clean, fair and competitive action, and this is just a fantastic advert for exactly that, and a fantastic advert for the NXTGen series as well, I think, in terms of the racing content. And obviously I've put my own commentary to it, my own commentary style to it. First time I've ever tried that on a full race rather than just my point of view, so certainly something a bit different from me. I do hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy watching the race as well. It's a 25 lap race off Mazda Laguna Seca in California, driving the Ford Falcon V8 Supercars from Project Cars2. Obviously what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop talking, and then I'm going to start talking again within the actual clip itself. Do hope you enjoy and have a great day. Take care. Bye bye. So we are on the grid at Laguna Seca, ready for 25 laps of thundering V8 action. Let's run through the starting grid before we begin. In first place is Matthew Lambert, driving the number 48 machine. He set a stunning lap time of 1 minute 22.891 to take the front row slot. Second on the grid is NGR Scooby G, the number 34 machine. He was only 3/100ths of a second behind Matthew's pole lap, with a fantastic lap time of his own. Third place is Satch68, driving the number 43 machine. He was on a 1:23.0, only a 10th off the pole sitter's fastest lap time. He will take the third row position. Fourth place, joining him on the second row, is the Les, the number 11 machine. He done a 1:23.1, only 2 tenths shy of the pole sitter's fastest lap. And in fifth place is Pantera 41, whose car has decided to nosedive on the replay, but I can confirm that the car did leave the grid without any problems in the race itself. He was on a 1:23.1, just behind Les, taking the 5th place slot. In the 6th place in the green coloured 33 machine is NGR Lager. I am not going to pronounce the second name, mate. He set a lap time of 1:23.3, 4 tenths behind, a couple of tenths behind 5th place Pantera in 5th. Into 7th we've got RS Jim 77 in the number 1 machine, and he set a 1:23.5, 6 tenths off the pole lap set by Matthew up front. 8th place in another one of the 43 machines is Vidicas, and his lap time is a 1:23.6, 7 tenths shy of the pole time. 9th place, NGR Edu, who is also the league coordinator as well for the series in the number 29 yellow extra machine. His lap time is a 1:24.1. for the series coordinator. And 10th place is Portman 86 in the number 8 machine with his lap time 124.2. Edu and Portman the first ones that were over a second shy of the pole time. 11th place is yours truly, since I'm commentating back in it, Andy. I'm in the number 12 machine. I cannot remember my lap time and I've only got the top 10, so I don't have any more times for you. 11th place in the 38 machine is the on GWBL, which is obviously George. He is starting from the 12th position. And the final car on the grid in the number 7 machine is Ropsky, and he is at the back of the grid for today's race. But that's enough of the introductions then. Let's get into the action itself. Let's take in the start. We're going to watch from trackside with Matthew's car as the lights are on and we're underway, and it's a phenomenal start for Scooby and Satch from the second row as well. Lager has managed to get himself up there as well, and NXTGen is hitting into Matthew as well. He's off the track. And look, we've also got Vidas off the track as well, further back too. There he is, he's off the track also. NGR Scooby is taking the lead though. Vidas are nearly down to the last position there. But in the lead it's NGR Scooby from Satch, the Les and NGR Lager. But I do think that NGR Lager might have even jumped the start there. We will find out soon enough as NXTGen gets past him. We're coming up now to the end of the first sector and coming towards climbing the hill. It's Scooby leading from Satch, Les in third and NXTGen in fourth. Lager is in fifth at the moment, followed by the pole sitter Matthew recovering up in sixth. Edu's made a good start in seventh, Portman in eighth, and George in ninth. Round out the top 10 is Vidas, who's managed to get himself back up past Andy already. But as we head up to the Corkscrew for the first time, Scooby through there, we're following now Les. We're going to roll back because there's some action going on. Lager's going a bit wide, he's spinning. We've got more action behind. There's Vidas off again. He's been pushed by George and he's spun round as Ropsky takes avoided action to avoid him. But let's go back to the front where we're coming to the end of the first lap. Scooby leads from Satch. He's in third place from Les, NXTGen in fourth. These four already pulling out about a second on the rest, and the pole sitter Matthew Lambert in fifth. And here we go into lap 2, into turn 1, and Scooby's run a bit wide there into turn 1 as he got given a chance there to Satch. Can he take advantage? No, he cannot. Scooby holds on to the race lead for now, but this is going to be a ding-dong battle for the entire race. These four, as I say, already pulling away. Fifth is NGR Edu, who's got ahead of Matthew. He's 4 seconds behind the leader already, and I was correct, Lager did jump the start and did have to hold a drive-through penalty there to the rest of the pack. We're rolling back through the field. Here's Andy's up in 8th, running wide, getting chased by George, trying to obviously cover everyone off, and it is my own video, so leave me alone. But we're going to jump back to the front end as we head to the corner. So look at this, there's 3 of them. Les looking up the inside of Satch. Why did I go back through the field? All the action's up the front. The top 3, 4 are all over each other here in the early going of this race. Absolutely fantastic stuff, but Scooby is held on for now as we head round to end lap 2. These two are just flying away at the front of the field as we watch them coming through the final corner. And Satch has ran wide. That'll give Les a bit of a run here. We're going to follow back to these 3. Scooby's got a bit of a gap now. He's a second ahead, pulled out over that bit. Les is going to have a run here at Satch. He's out almost down the pit road, but he backs out of it. That's going to give NXTGen a chance to go down the inside, and they touch. There's contact into turn 1. Unbelievable stuff there, but they've managed to hold it together without any incident. Nobody's off the track, but it's allowing 5th and 6th Edu and Matthew to catch back up as well from the 5th and 6th position spots, and we are just going to follow these two for a second here as Jim looks for a chance to get past Les and take over the final step in the podium at this early stage. It's lap 3 of 25. The action is red hot already. Edu having to defend from Matthew over 5th place as we start heading back up the hill towards the infamous Corkscrew corner. It looks like he's going to hold that off for now. This turn is not an overtaking spot. Matthew's ran wide there, so it's going to give Edu a chance to get back and keep the position. We come back towards the front now. Scooby through The Corkscrew from Satch. Les has held off Jim in 3rd place. Edu still holding off Matthew in 5th and 6th. And Portman's on his own in 7th. Andy is into 8th still, trying to get away from George and the recovering Vidikas in 10th. And there is the drive-through penalty shodden Lager, NGR Lager, trying to make his recovery in 11th. Ropsky is in the pits and Pantera is in the middle of the sky and must have gone to heaven. We're on to lap 4, Scooby now just over a second ahead still from Satch, who's also got about a second over Jim, who's managed to get past Les. We've missed that one on track going through the field there. Must have been something going on, but Les has got past. Les has been passed, by RS Jim into 3rd, and Les seems to be drifting back slightly at the moment towards Edu and Matthew in 5th and 6th. Back up the front though is Scooby leading from Satch. Under a second between the two of them. Jim is about 2.2 behind, and Les another further second back there with Edu and Matthew just behind him. This front 4, 5, 6 pulling away from everyone else. If you look further back, Portman is in 7th. He's 8 seconds off the lead with Andy and 10 seconds back in 8th. Vidikas is up to 9th now and trying to be all over the back of Andy shortly, while George is about to be soon defending off the advances of the recovering NGR Lager. Laguna Seca has got a good run there out of Rainbow Corner as we come up to the last 2 turns on the track. This is fantastic stuff from the front 2. Can Scooby hold him off going into the final corner? He's a bit wiggly under the brakes, taking the curb and running out the curb wide. Satch has got a heck of a run down here. Will he have a go into turn 1? It remains to be seen, but he's got the run. He's taken the long way round, headlights ablaze, down into the braking zone. He's going for it round the outside. Can he hold it together? Oh, just keeping it on the track, but Scooby's got the inside line and he holds on to the position there for the meantime. Fantastic stuff here in round 1 of season 11 for NXTGen Racing's V8 Supercars, held every Tuesday as well at 8 PM for anyone wanting to join. There may be spaces as the season goes on. Check the Facebook page for details. I will put that in the description below. But we are on to the 5th lap and we're coming back up the hill now. It is these two at the front. It is Scooby and Satch neck and neck, not even half a second in it. They're pulling away. They've got about 2 seconds to Jim in 3rd, and Les is in 4th, trying to get away from Edu and the pole sitter Matthew, who are in 5th and 6th. Up to this Corkscrew once again, one of the most famous corners in World Motorsport. So tricky to get right. Coming down almost a 3-storey drop, it's almost like as well. Absolutely phenomenal corner, really hard to get correct. And then we come round the last couple of corners here. Scooby seems to have got a bit of a groove going now. Hopefully he'll be able to get away. He'll be hoping from Satch in 2nd. Well, I'm sure Satch will be looking to keep up with the race leader as we go along. Jim is still in 3rd there behind. We're just going to follow him for a wee second. Les is keeping pace slightly with Jim and keeping away from NGR Edu in 5th, with Matthew just behind him in 6th. Actually going to drop back to that battle now because Matthew is trying to keep up. He's within a couple of tenths off the league coordinator, and Matthew getting really sideways there under braking into turn 1, but he's managed to hold it together and keep it on the track. Phenomenal action here as we go on to lap 6. We're watching this moving forward. Going to roll back through the action, through the pack a little bit just now. We can see Portman is up ahead. Here he is. He is in 7th, kind of minding his own business. He's got about 4 seconds to catch Matthew. He's got about 3 to 4 seconds behind to Andy, who is trying to hold off the advances of Vidikas, who's had 2 incidents in lap 1. The first one obviously seen him run wide before turn 1, pushed off the track quite possibly, and then he got spun by George going through the Corkscrew. Later on in the same lap, that put him right to the back of the field, so he's trying to recover back up there from his original starting spot. These two coming into the Corkscrew there, and we're not going to see very much from here. We're going to go back to the front because Satch has actually taken the lead back. I am missing all the action today, goodness me. He has got ahead of Scooby. I wonder what happened there in regards to that, but he sees the lead change as we go on to lap 7. Satch now leads from NGR Scooby with RS Jim in 3rd and the Les in 4th. These top 4, as I've said many a time now, pulling away from everyone else. Let's just follow the front pair for a wee moment and see how they're getting on, and unbelievable that the lead has changed. These two Scooby seem to have it under control for a period of time there. He seemed to be maintaining it. Satch has run wide just as I speak. That's going to give Scooby a run up into this corner here, and he's passed as we go into the braking zone. Can they hold it together side by side? Satch running wide. It's quite a wide corner. They're coming up to the next left now. This isn't a normal overtaking spot, and Scooby's realised that. He's pulled back in to try and get a run up to the Corkscrew, and Satch holds on to the lead for now. Scooby seemed to get a bit sideways there on the way out of the corner as we head up the hill. Into the Corkscrew one more time, hard on the brakes, down into second gear, sometimes even first, and Satch has run wide one more time under pressure. He has run wide at the Corkscrew. Scooby's trying to take the lead back, Satch down the inside taking the tighter line, but Scooby's got the more optimal line, and NXTGen's trying to get involved in the action as well. This is absolutely fantastic stuff from the front three. The lead changing back and forth. Les has got a ringside seat back there in fourth, and we can now see Satch in second, Scooby into the lead, and NXTGen is all over the back of that Ford Falcon number 43 with Satch 68 in it. Unbelievable action as we watch here. Going into lap 8, will Jim have a go down the inside into turn 1? No, he will not. Satch takes the inside light to keep defensive, and he holds on to the place for now. I'm going to need to stick with this lot up front, I think, because everything's going on here, and I'm trying to obviously keep up with everything through the pack as well to give everyone a chance, but these three are just lighting it up, and I think we're just going to need to stick and hold tight with this lot for now and see what happens moving forward over the next few laps. Phenomenal action so far here from Mazda Laguna Seca circuit here on Project Cars 2. Phenomenal stuff as we are now on to lap 8. The top three are less than a second from each other. A second separates the top three after 8 laps. Phenomenal stuff, fantastic race, and very clean as well too from everybody involved. Down through the Corkscrew one more time. Scooby, Satch, Jim, Les in the background there trying to keep up through the continuous third gear rainbow corner. Phenomenal stuff here as we continue watching, and the race hopefully maybe going to settle down now. Will we see, or will we have more action to come as we come up to complete lap 8? We run through the field as we come up to start lap 9. It's NGR Scooby in first, Satch in second, NXTGen in third, Les in fourth, Matthew is in fifth, NGR Edu is in sixth. Matthew's managed to get past Edu at some point within the preceding laps. Portman's in 7th, Vidicaz is in 8th, and then with Satch actually as we speak getting up the inside. Scooby's ran wide into turn 1, and it's got right-hander up here though, so Scooby's got the inside, but Satch is ahead and back into the lead. We have another lead change here on lap 9 of this race. Unbelievable stuff. Scooby seemed to get just a bit wide there into turn 1 as I was running through the order, and we have another lead change up front with this phenomenal race so far. Absolutely fantastic stuff. So, running through the rest of the fields I was though there as we continue to watch this battle as we come back up to the Corkscrew. Vidicaz got past Andy in 8th, Andy's now in 9th, trying to hold off NGR Lager back in, who's made his recovery back up to 10th. George is in 11th, and the other two drivers are not running at this time due to the connection issues, and Ropke is decided to pit in for whichever reason I am unsure of. So we've got 11 cars running, and all the action is at the front, which is absolutely red hot. Moving on here, and Scooby looking at the inside line. He's letting Satch know he's there, but he takes the inside, takes the corner, and we move on to lap 10 of this race. Coming across the line now. Let's look for the fastest laps of Satch there. We're at 24.5 on the last lap from NGR Scooby, who's done a 25.2. NXTGen's a 24.7 on that lap. Matthew back in 5th, 24.2. Phenomenal pace there from the pole sitter as he tries to catch back up to the top 4 ahead of him. We go around there, the right-hander, tricky corner to get right that. You get a little bit of impact onto the grass and you are losing a lot of time before the run up towards the Corkscrew up the hill once again. Satch getting a little bit wide there. Scooby seems to have got a better run out of that corner. That's going to benefit him as we come up the hill, and we'll see where that leads us now. But it's still Satch from Scooby, Jim, Les, top 4, 2.8 seconds between them. Fantastic stuff to come over the rise and down the hill one more time through the Corkscrew. Scooby seems to be pretty confident through the Corkscrew there. He seems to gain quite a bit of time. It's not the first time we've seen that there. And he is right there in the slipstream of that 43 Ford Falcon ahead of him. Remember, all cars here in this series are Ford Falcons, all V8s, standard default setup. Assists are allowed if you wish to have them. So that means that anyone can race. The only thing you can't have really is the driving line on. You need to pick your own braking points. No visual aids for this one. Lap 11, down into turn one more time. Satch, Scooby taking an inside line, trying to hold on. Fantastic racing here on NGR. This is what we enjoy. This is what to expect from NXTGen Racing. If you do enjoy this, do get onto the Facebook page. I say there will be links below to the Facebook and even the Twitter pages as well, if you want to look at getting involved in some of the series we do. We have races across Project Cars 2, even the Project Cars 1. Satch runs wide, he's going to lose the lead. Scooby's got the lead, Jim's going to get a run and take second as well. That is a costly mistake from the 43 machine, and he is down to third just like that. But Jim's run wide and gives Satch the place back by the looks of it. It's coming up to the Corkscrew. Satch is back at the second, but Scooby, NGR Scooby back in the lead there for another time on lap 11 after a further mistake from Satch coming through the left-hander. Fantastic stuff going on here. Unbelievable. Another lead change. And these three still within just over a second of each other. Les not far behind, getting the box seat still. But he has Matthew closing in, who is now just over a second behind him, so he's closing up pretty quickly to this top four. But these top three seem to be in a class of their own at the moment, pulling away, continuing to lead. And apart from a few mistakes, which is not surprising given the amount of action going on here, this is phenomenal stuff. There you can see the top five at one point there, all in screenshot, to say this is what we do at NXTGen. Races across Project Cars 1 and 2, GT Sport. We also do races in Assetto Corsa as well, predominantly PlayStation 4 based racing. There's races pretty much every night of the week. If you want to join up, the links are below. Get involved with the community, get involved in some fantastic, clean, fair racing. If that's what you're looking for and enjoy from your PlayStation 4 sim racing experience, then get onto NXTGen and get involved with us in future races. Down at the Corkscrew in lap 12. Scooby, Satch, Jim, Les just behind. Brilliant stuff from this four. Satch seems to have got a bit closer coming up to these last couple of corners. Will he have a go towards the last turn, or will he wait and try and get the run down into turn one to have a go at Scooby? We will soon just find out. Scooby's got a good run out the last corner and it looks like he's got it under control for now. Fantastic stuff. Running you through the field then as we go into lap 13, halfway point. Scooby leads from Satch, RS Jim in third, Les is in fourth, Matthew in fifth, NGR Edu is in sixth. Those top six within 10 seconds off each other on track. Then got a little bit of a gap back to Vidicaz, who's recovered up to 7th after his first lap incidents. 8th is Andy at 23 seconds back. He's lost a bit of ground to Vidicaz. He's still got NGR Lager kicking behind him around about 4 seconds back. NGR Lager was ahead at one point, so he's made a mistake somewhere on the track and it's allowed Andy back through. 10th is Portman, who's fell back a little bit. He was ahead of Andy and Lager at one point, so he's dropped back a little bit through the field. And George is about 50 seconds behind the lead in 11th. He seems to have dropped back and had a few issues. That's your running 11, and we come into the Corkscrew again, and Jim is all over the back of Satch here as we come through. There's Les, he's now got Matthew all over the back of him, so this is getting exciting once again up front for these top three. Jim getting a run now. What will he do? Will he try down the inside? Satch missed the apex there into the second to last corner, and we come up to turn 11 and head on to another lap. And Satch has run wide using the curb. He's lucky to get away with that one there. That works quite well, and he is holding on for now, but RS Jim is all over the back of him. Satch is going to have to consider defensive mode for the moment rather than trying to go for Scooby for the lead, and he's outbraked himself slightly into turn 1. NXTGen's got a nose towards the rear quarter panel, and there we go. Matthew's got past as well in the background of Les. Great move there down the inside at turn 1. He managed to sneak past through and into 4th. He's still making his recovery from the first lap incident that took him and dropped him down the field. Satch has run wide there, you can see the dust getting kicked up. Jim went for the line, Satch closed him off, bit of dust kicked up there as well, but just kept clean enough there, and they continue on without incident. So we've now got Scooby from Satch, Jim, Matthew into 4th, Les now down to 5th, and behind them we've got Edu, Vidicaz, Andy, Lager, Portman and George rounding out the top 11 of the 11 runners. Down into the corkscrew. Satch and Jim. Jim's only, what is that, 4 tenths behind. Really close. It's been like this ever since the beginning of the race. It's just not relentless pace here from the front 4. 24s. You can see Matthew's done a 23.6 last time round, but he's got Les all over him as we come up to the last corner. Jim is all over Satch. This is where the battles are right now, is between 2nd and 3rd and 4th and 5th, with everyone else sort of spaced out at least a couple of seconds or more. Down at turn 1 of lap 15, 10 to go at the end of this one. Jim's outbraked himself slightly. Matthew seems to have outbraked himself a little bit there. You can see the damage from that lap 1 incident there on the front of the pole sitter's car. You can see the bonnet's bashed in a bit. That's not going to be helping the handling, I'm sure, within this, so we'll see if that has been the case or not. But he's in 4th at the moment and holding on. No, maybe not. He's run wide. Commentator's curse coming to haunt us possibly there. He runs wide. He's held on for now, but he's got a fast moving Les behind him, who is not even 10ths in it. There's hardly enough space to fit a gee-whiz in there. Incredible stuff as we head up the hill once more. Les all over the back of him. Will he have a go into the corkscrew? Over the rise, on the brakes, down the gears. Matthew's caught the dirt on the inside on the braking. He gets away with it, and they come down towards Rainy Curve. I've been calling it Rainbow Curve, because that's what I used to know it as, but there you go. And they're still ahead. Matthew Lambert keeping Les behind him at the moment, but he is having to drive extremely hard to do so. Round the last turn, lap 16, 10 laps to go now. Phenomenal pace at the front. The top 5 covered by just around about 3 seconds after 15 laps of hard paced action. NXTGen's run a bit wide there, but you can sometimes get away with that depending on how close the car behind is, and he has done so on this occasion. Through turn 3, you can see top 5 in shot there once again, showing just how close this is as we go through turn 4 and head towards turn 5. Les running a bit wide there, kicking the dirt up. 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th, flying past us, phenomenal stuff. Through turn 5, it's a tricky corner that's got a wide radius but it pinches in the apex. This is a quick corner you can easily get wrong. Both Matthew and Les showing that, but if you straighten it out you can just about get away with it, lose minimal time. And we come through the corkscrew once again. Their Satch has caught up to Scooby, so we're basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming up through Rainy Curve one more time. Turn 9, Scooby, Satch closing back in. NXTGen's falling back a little bit as well. Matthew and Les, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all in view shot. Incredibly close stuff. Brilliant. No real other major battles around at the moment. The closest other battle on track is for 8th place between Andy and Lager. There's around about a second between them, so that's getting closer and closer as Lager tries to make up the ground from his jump start that he made that put him right in the mix going into turn 1. Back up the front here, still with Scooby leading on lap 17 now with 25. We're coming into the closing parts of the race. There's no pit stops in this race, and the tyre wear is kept off as well as fuel depletion, so it is just, with default setup, it is just down to the driver and how you handle that car and react to it. So it is just pure driver skill, this one. No pit stop strategies, no fancy setups here. This is all down to just how quick can you drive that V8 monster with around about 600 horsepower under the front hood and going through the rear wheels, through the corkscrew. Scooby holding on to the lead there in the number 34 machine. Through a rainy curve, turn 9, heading up to turn 10 and 11. They're coming up on a back marker as well, which is George running in 11th. They're going to be coming across him very shortly. Hopefully he will be able to stay out of the way and avoid causing any issues. Matthew sneaked up to third, and we've missed that while looking through the field. He's got past NXTGen, caught up and got through. Incredible stuff here. He's trying to make that recovery drive and trying to get back up. Squirrely under the brakes into turn 1. And here we go, top 4 in view along with the back marker. Excuse me. Heading up towards turn 4. Scooby's going to be the first alongside. George pulls to the inside, flashing the lights. He's keeping out of the way, he's trying to keep out of the way of the ball. That's pretty good racing there from George, well done to him, keeping out of the way and letting the leaders come through without interrupting them. Fantastic effort there from him, despite being a back marker. You need to give praise there for the fair racing. Back up the hill to the corkscrew. Scooby's gained a bit of time, he's around about a second ahead. Back through the field, you can see that NGR Lager has got ahead of Andy. That's actually one of the closest back. Matthews off! Oh my goodness, what happened there? Unbelievable stuff. We're actually going to go, and he's spinning as well. We're going to have to go and rewind that. We're going to need to see what happened here. Get a replay of what happened to the pole sitter as we came up to the corkscrew. Let's see, here we go. He went for the dive and he lost it under braking. Got clipped as he went through. And oh my goodness me, after all that effort to get back up to the top 3, it's been thrown away in a bit of a lunge. Did he lose it under braking? Did he overestimate how far back he was? Who knows? But that has cost the pole sitter the chance to be on the podium today, no doubt. He is now 14 seconds back. It is going to take a momentous effort to get that back in the remaining laps. Such a shame. It had been a good recovery. It was a stunning pole lap from him as well. But whether through driver error, whether through another issue of some sort, possibly due to the earlier damage, who knows. But that has been thrown all away now, and it'll be interesting to see what he can do to get back up to the front. We're going to go back to the top 2 though, because Jim is all over the back of Satch. They fell behind Scooby, who's now 2 seconds up the road. This is the close battle on the track, along with Lager and Andy back for 8th and 9th. Lager getting the better of that one at the moment, however. He seems to be holding station. We've got Jim's got a run. We can see Les in the bottom of the screen running wide there through turn 5 and into the fast turn 6, heading up the hill on the Rahal straight, heading towards the corkscrew for turn 8 and what is classed as 8A as well. You've seen Scooby going through there over the crest. Satch goes through. Jim seems to have got a little bit of a better run out of the corner there though, coming into rainy curve into turn 9. Normally taken in 3rd gear. Into turn 10 and 11 coming up now. Satch trying to keep ahead. And he gets through there. Right, too much problem. Jim seems to be able to take a tighter line through there. And he's closing up. 4/10 across the line was the gap. I don't think we're going to see any chance of a pass here. No, it's been held together. So top 3 remains Scooby, Satch, Jim, 1, 2, 3, 2.5 seconds between them. Les is in 4th, 5 seconds back. NGR Edu's up to 5th, along with Vidicaz up to 6th. Matthews had more issues. He's dropped to 7th now. He was in 5th when we last looked. He's dropped further back now, and he is 22 seconds off. Possibly another incident that he's had due to the damage on the car. Who knows? Satch running a bit wide there. Jim's going to get a run, but the turn 6 is not an overtaking spot. It's a fast left hand kink, drop a gear, drop it down to about 90 or so miles an hour and just pin it out the corner, hoping you don't run wide and the grip is there. And then over the crest into Corkscrew. Jim's running a bit wide there. Oh, I thought we were going to have a momentous crash there for a second. Jim caught the dirt in the braking zone. The car didn't want to slow down there for a second. That's cost him a bit of time as Satch gets away. Let's drop back a little bit and just see here for a couple of others, because we've not been through the field much. NGR Lager, you can see, has made a bit of a gap over Andy. Portman is over 1:07 back, with George obviously a lap down. Here is the recovering Matthew in 7th place. He is 22 seconds back. He's trying to catch up to Vidikas, who is in 6th himself on a bit of a recovery drive after lap 1 shenanigans that happened. Not put necessarily down to his own fault. NGR Edu up to 5th. I'm sure he'd be quite happy with that, considering he's starting place down towards the back end of the grid on the 4th row. And then obviously back towards the front, we've got Les in 4th, he's 5 seconds back. RS Jim there in 3rd, we just seen going through the picture. And Scooby and Satch 1 and 2. So that is your running order on lap 21 of 25. We're into the closing stages of the race now. And it has been non-stop red hot action from start to finish. Satch runs a bit wide there. It has just been a relentless pace from the top 4, especially at the front of the field. Especially the top 3 as well, NGR, Satch and Jim, seem to have the measure of everybody in terms of speed and consistency. Matthew definitely had the speed, we've seen that in qualifying, but due to issues not of his own and possibly due to a driving error, I will not say that until I know otherwise, but it has obviously cost him some time. But this top 3 have rarely been less than 3 seconds between each other. It's incredible that after 21 laps, as we go into lap 22 now, that these 3 have been that close for the entire race. But that is the kind of racing that you can have here on NXTGen Racing. And as I said earlier, if you do want to get involved, links below to Twitter and Facebook, and you can join up to the group and you can join up to the leagues as well, where spaces are available. PS4 exclusively at this time, but who knows what the future holds as the membership increases over time. Coming up to turn 5, lap 22. Scooby leads 2.3 seconds from Satch here that we're watching in 2nd. He's got around about half a second over Jim. There's no point even saying the gap today too, because you can see it. And there's Satch getting a bit wide one more time there through turn 6 onto the Rahal straight. This bit here's classed as turn 7 and the Corkscrew is turn 8 as we carry on. So say Jim's in 3rd, 4th is the Les. He is around about 2.5 or so seconds behind this battle here that we're watching on screen. 5th is NGR Edu, he's about 15 seconds behind Les, so Les, if he wants to, can take it a little bit easier and still consolidate 4th quite well. Matthew's back up to 6th, he's got ahead of Vidikas, and he is now in 6th place hunting down Edu for that 5th place, so he'll need to get a move on. In fact, those 3 look to be very close. We're going to go and join that action in a minute once we see these 2 through turn 1 on the lap 23. 8th is NGR Lager, he's 32 seconds and 10 seconds behind 7th. Andy is 37 seconds behind the lead, 5 seconds behind Lager. We are going to go and join that battle for 5th in just a second, but it's so hard to leave the top 2 3 cars, because look at this. It is just relentless between these cars here as we come up once again towards turn 5, and it is, well, there's hardly anything between them. Incredible, after 23 laps, a hard racing round this Californian based Laguna Seca track, and these 2 are still this close together. Jim losing a touch of time there, running wide as we come up to the Corkscrew again. And did they get through it well? Yes they do. Getting through that quite nicely. So we're going to go and jump here, because we have just seen, there it is there, that was the end of it. Matthew getting back past Edu on the outside there. Unsure if he got a better braking run or, oh, and Edu spun! Edu has spun, that's let Vidikas through. He just tried to get a little bit aggressive by the looks of it out of turn 6, got on the power, the bonnet's bashed in, and he just spun round that number 29 machine. He drops to 7th, so losing 2 places there, trying to defend from Matthew running there. Matthew up to 5th, Vidkus up to 6th, and NGR Edu drops down to 7th. There's Matthew here trying to hold off Vidkus, as we say. So a little bit of gap between Satch and NXTGen up front, so we're going to hold here for a moment just to see how these two are doing. See if Matthew can pull away from the car behind, the number 48 machine, trying to stay ahead of... Oh, jeez, Vidkus running really deep in the brake there. Unsure if Matthew just caused him to outbrake himself or what happened there, but really late in the brakes there for the number 6th place car going into turn 1, but they got away with it, and Matthew hasn't been collected again, thankfully for his sake, and we're able to continue on with the action. Number 43 machine there still holding on. You just caught the 29 machine at NGR Edu in the background as we come up the hill one more time. We're going to jump back to the front though as we come up to start the final lap of the race, as NGR Scooby has had a bit of fun earlier on. He lost the lead a couple of times to Satch in second, gained it back, and he's managed to gain a bit of a gap over them. Never more than 2 seconds though, so he's never had a moment to relax as we begin the final lap. Down into turn 1, clipping the apex. Satch there in second, doing the same thing with NXTGen in third, holding tight. You can see Les there in the background in 4th place, sorry, he's still holding on. He's got all the, not quite all the time in the world, but he can take it quite leisurely. He's got 15 seconds before Matthew in 5th is close to him. Turn 5, one more time, down the gears. And heading up the hill one more time towards turn 6 and along the Rahal Straight. I'm going to jump on board here coming up to the Corkscrew just for the end of the race, catching this. Down the brakes, nice and smooth. Clipping the curb in, very good. Trying to get turned in, you see just how difficult that corner is to get right. Here we are around the last 2 corners into turn 10. And heading up towards the final corner here at Laguna Seca, and it is going to be a win in the first race of the season for the number 34 machine of NGR Scooby as he goes across the line. Satch takes second, NXTGen in third. These top 3, oh my goodness, how close was that between them. Les takes 4th, and we're going to roll back here to see the pole sitter come home in 5th. It was a decent recovery drive, had a few issues. We've seen the incident at the Corkscrew as well, but he comes home and takes 5th. Vidkus, I'm going to apologise, I've probably been saying your name name wrong all race, but you've taken 6th, well done to you. And the series coordinator NGR Edu is going to take 7th. Another few laps, that could have been interesting, as NGR Lager was coming up quite quickly and takes 8th. And we've got a wee bit of a gap before yours truly comes through in 9th, and I can tell you from my own experience that was a hard race even to get 9th place. Portman finished 10th lap down. You can see everybody on the cool down lap having a bit of fun. And then the final runner on track is George, the Honourable GWBL George, over the line in 11th place. Fantastic stuff from everybody today.